Hello again. Yes, I'm back, and seems like only a few days since I did the last one. So yeah, but I'm back into the swing of things, I suppose. Okay, continuing on my theme of questions from my PM versus CM sessions, I'm going to go back to the PMI Philippines session I did, and again I'm going to try and answer two questions in the same video. Did last week. It was kind of okay, wasn't it? I hope so. Anyway, these questions come from Jess Matias, who is a technical resource manager for AMH Philippines. His questions were: number one, is it correct to say that change management is a cross between project management and organisation development? And number two, can change management also be done by organisational development professionals? He also added, as far as my understanding of the organisation development discipline is concerned, they are responsible for aiding an organisation's leadership in determining change initiatives and are therefore at the forefront of project development. Interesting. Okay, let's give it a go, shall we? Okay, first of all, regarding question one, change management is a cross between project management and organisation development. I kind of probably would say not. Why? Mainly because of the same views I have about the difference between project management and change management, which I think everybody knows by now. Well, I hope you do. So I'll concentrate on the second question. Can change management also be done by organisational development professionals? Right, I'm going to take a bit of an easy way out on this one and take a lot of what I'm going to say from my 2018 article of the same subject, which, incidentally, had just short of 10,000 views, 264 reactions, 89 comments, and 40 reshares. That was quite a popular article at the time. To check it out, just go to my profile and have a look. The article was prompted by a Chris Worley article. By the way, he's a recognised leader in the field of organisation development, titled Repositioning Change Management, OD at its Best. Provocative title. The first line of which, even more provocative, was, what is the difference between change management and organisation development? Exactly the same question. So that's why I'm taking a lot of the stuff from my article to answer your question, Jess. Got it? Okay. In that article, I took umbrage to a couple of things that were said. The first thing was, he said, I argue that the conversation about the difference between OD and change management is no longer productive, and it is time we moved on from this debate. Okay. My reply was, I don't agree. Because in my mind, it's always productive to explore if things are really that different and to see if there's any alignment and synergies that could potentially be fleshed out and facilitate a meaningful discussion about the two disciplines and how we might see them complement each other. I kind of like that answer. The second thing he said was, change management processes contain no robust steps to determine the next best right change. Okay. And then he said, even as change management helps organisations implement changes, it does little to promote organisational and employee learning and may increase an organisation's dependency on change management resources. By itself, change management doesn't develop the organisation's dynamic capabilities to manage future changes. Oh, excuse me. Got a bit of frog in my throat. Okay, let's try. Okay. So over-reliance on change management expertise from practitioners either outside or internal to the organisation impedes the organisation's long-term adaptability and success. Just one moment. Dear oh dear. Again, my reply. Personally, I think this is a very narrow view of change management because of the diverse nature in which it is practiced. Yes, there are those that practice change in a very narrow way, but There are also those that take a far wider approach and include a lot of the things that are more holistic in nature rather than just specific tools, techniques or templates. Change can and does include robust diagnostics and promote organisational and employee learning, if you practice it properly, of course. So there we go. My answers. No, hold on. I've got a bit more to say yet. Oh no, they say. Yes, I have. Won't be long though. From a book called Practicing Organisation Development, published in 2015, there's a chapter 22, which was jointly written by Tim Creasy, David Jameson, William Rothwell, and my good friend Gail Severini, which highlights the two camps issue. And I quote, "As often happens with many emergent groups, they tend to create new identities, highlight their differentiation, create separate associations, and find fault with closely related fields. CM advocates often describe OD as too high level, conceptual, too soft and touchy-feely, not pragmatic enough, does not pay attention to on-the-ground implementation, and too disconnected from delivering real traction and return on investment." Okay. While OD advocates often describe CM as, oh, hey, it's just a branding of what we've been doing all the time. It's too mechanical and focused on tools. It's too structured and it's a one-size-fits-all. It's too focused on the project and not enough on the people and the system. Really? That's not my kind of change management. Oh dear. All right. In answer to this, obviously I did answer it. I said, we are all guilty of contemplating our own navels. And I have to admit, I have been guilty of this in the past. But now, in hindsight, and hindsight's a great thing, isn't it? We need to look at things from the perspective of adding more value to organisations rather than acting out our own agenda. If that means we leverage both CM and OD and somehow combine or utilise the greater sum of the parts, we will then be doing a great service to our clients and organisations. You bet. My parting shot in that article was, so let me put out a clarion call to both the CM and OD communities. How about getting our act together and to start looking at ways of driving the two disciplines into a single, all-embracing one, which can be done at two levels. I mean, getting them together at two levels. One, through the individuals that sit in either camp. Widen your horizons and look at how you might be able to align the two and practice one, depending on which camp you're in, of course, alongside the other. Or, secondly, by an initiative by the more prominent professional bodies in both camps, think about a meeting of minds on the subject to see if there's any way this could be driven forward in a meaningful fashion. This is still my mantra today, because nothing has happened since my article 2018, 2021, 3 years ago, okay? But hey, I am but a lone voice in the wider debate. But have a listen. I sometimes make sense. So thank you again. I wonder what the next UAsk IAnswer will be.